All right. It is, oh gosh, April 11th. Time is flying by. And this is our team call. Let's see. I have lots of stuff to talk about, I think. Okay. So earlier this week, I was talking with Chris, and she has someone that she thinks would be interested in the business. And she comes to me and says, what do I do? So I thought maybe I would share what we have to offer as far as education, which would also be good for everybody to go into. I directed her to our Own Your Life. There she is. See, I don't like this next. There she is. Okay. And then I remembered after I talked to you, Chris, that we actually have a website too. So for your guy that doesn't do Facebook, it might be not real, conducive for him to get on. We have a website. It's the same thing. Steps to how to share, what to say, those kind of things. And I don't know if you guys know about that. I used to send it always in my welcome email, and I've kind of condensed, not email, my welcome text, because people don't open emails. I've kind of condensed it down to what Zoe did, because I'm more focused on people getting started with their nutrition and getting in the Ice Body Challenge like immediately. So I thought I would direct you guys to that, and maybe even just kind of, let me see if I can hopefully get to it. But that's an easy way for either, I guess I could send it in the chat. That might be easier too. Because Lori Olson so graciously gave us this little link to this website that literally says getting started with the income opportunity. So you can direct your new business builders right here, and it's a little easier than you having to explain every detail. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't get on the phone and, at least talk the basics, but there's getting started on the products. And then if they want to do phase one of getting started, make your list, your first social media post, invite people to take a look, following up, and those kind of things. So does that help you guys understand, like, the easiest, I think, way for you to share with people about how to get their products paid for? I shared a video with you about Scott Aaron, and I only shared that, like, don't like or comment his post. Like, I love him. He's amazing, but he will prospect you because he is looking for people to coach. I made the mistake. So he has a book out, and he's more directed towards LinkedIn, but I think you can use what he's saying for right now. And what I liked is that he was so bright and shining, and he has a lot of Facebook lives that you can just watch about what to say during this time, how to connect with people, how to network. And he says, and I totally believe this is the best time to be really adding to your network, talking to people, creating relationships, not necessarily prospecting, but just talking to a lot of people. And first thing this morning, Facebook always pops up with my birthday list for the day. And if you guys just say happy birthday to those people, you're probably going to have at least 5 to 7 new connections just like that. Because they're not always people that that you talk to all the time. So I do that first thing in the morning and put it right in my Team Z. Yesterday I did that, and I had all 7 prospects connected with. Send them a message. You can voice memo them through Messenger, but that way it's taking the load off and the pressure off, and you don't have to go out of the box and think, oh my gosh, who am I going to talk to today? What am I going to say? Those kind of things. So then last week, after I had I listened to the Friday night training, which is all the trainings are on Isagenix Zoom or isagenixlive.com. So you can go back and watch them even after they're already done. And I said, okay, I think we should go through the Michael Klaus series. I sent you the first podcast. I thought it was awesome. But then I talked to Cindy, and a lot of them are getting together to put something together for our team to do together. So as soon as I have information, they're going to do what I decided, okay, let's do this together. This is a great idea. listen to this podcast. We'll go over it on Saturdays, and then they're going to do a working call during the week. And each of us leaders will take turns leading it, because it's hard to lead and your DMOs at the same time. But I think it's going to be a Wednesday DMO hour. I don't know what time yet or anything like that. But in addition to, let's listen to his podcast. Because what I liked about what he had to say, like podcast 1 is literally like, okay, so it poured belief into you, in the sense that I feel like you know that you can at least do what you have done for people. If you're a consultant, you should be able to help people share with 2 people. Pretty basic. You did it. Go back to when you did it, how excited you were, and take their excitement when they start on the products and use that to help them grow, you know, at least to have 2 people under them so they get their products paid for. Do you guys have anything to add? I don't want to just talk at you all day. What I like about Michael Klaus and his wife, they're so calm, and not the norm network marketer, right? Because most of them get on stage and they're like powerhouses and they're like, yeah, let's go. You know, they're all fired up, and they're just like their demeanor is very calm and laid back and just kind of like matter of fact. But what we know to be true, they're the #1 income earners in the entire company. And he's been in network marketing for 35 years. So he has quite a bit of experience. So he's not someone I've listened to before. So this is new for me. Do you guys want to share what you liked about it if you had a chance to listen to it? I guess he takes it back to the basics a little bit, so that we can start from the top. Because sometimes we forget, we get going in our journey and it's like you get busy with life. And just like we said on our team call, you know, like how do you juggle everything? Because it's a lot. And like what I said totally is true, as long as you touch it a little bit every day. It doesn't have to be 8 hours. It doesn't have to be an hour straight. I very much do it in probably little pockets. Like first thing when I wake up, I do my birthdays. Then maybe at lunchtime, I'm like, okay, who can I connect with? Look at people's stories, comment on their stories. And then I kind of do the same thing in the evening, just trying to connect and talk to people, following up. And what I did this week with our, we're going to call it a campaign. We're not going to call it a challenge, because we're just doing 30 days of just tips how to do things at home, you know, having this nutrition along with healthy snacks, all kinds of different stuff. So I'm just really took care of my customers, and I couldn't even log them all. Like I can't, like I logged as many as I could, and I was like, okay, there's so many that I can't really do that. But I kind of just said, hey, this is what's going to be going on in HHP for the next 30 days. Wanted to let you know. All you have to do is just, you know, go into the group and see what we have for the week. You know, Lindsay, I'll get with you. I'm assuming you want to do some workouts. Dana and I thought we would bring back the walking challenge again. So I have to get images made for that and start promoting it, just so people know that it's starting on Monday. People really like that. I think they like that more than they like the workouts. So we were thinking maybe, I feel like they like shorter things, like a plank challenge. Maybe each week we could do something different. This week is planks. Next week is squats. Next week we could do push-ups, things like that, just to change it up and have something different. And each one of us could take a morning, so it's not overwhelming and having too many. But I will say the biggest thing I can tell you always is to follow up. If someone's on your list, even if they say no, and Scott Aaron did say this in his video, or one of them, I guess. Even if people say no, or maybe it was Michael Klaus. I've listened to so many things now that my brain is like, wow. Things change for people over time. And you have to remember that Michael Klaus, he said, people say no to stuff all the time. You invite them to a movie, they don't want to see that movie. You invite them to a restaurant, they don't like that restaurant. And they say no. And we're not like heartbroken over it. But if they say no to Isagenix, we're like, okay, I just won't talk to them anymore. I can't tell you how many of my enrollments have been people that I've talked to for 3 and 4 girl I enrolled this week, I know that I took her a shaker cup. Her daughter is friends with my daughter when I was still working at the salon when I very first started. And this is my 5th year, and she finally enrolled. And she came to a sip and sample in January, and she didn't say yes until April. So what I'm saying is, you can't say something one time. You just can't. You have to keep going back. Keep even posting in their feed, posting on their comments so that they remember you and think of you. Be the top of mind. PK says this all the time. Be at the top of people's minds, because maybe not right now, but when we all come out of this staying at home thing, people are going to want better nutrition, because they're probably going to feel like serious, what do I want to say? Serious hibernation, right? So what are people doing? They're eating. And they're eating a lot because there's nothing else to do. So they're, at the end of this, whenever it is, hopefully May 1st, they're going to go, crap, I have a vacation in June, right? And they're not going to be ready. So I'm hoping we can do like a Memorial Day. Well, we won't be able to do a meltdown. Like normally I start May 1st with a 30-day to get ready for Memorial Day in case you can wear your swimsuits. But I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. So at the very least, this group is going to go into the middle of May. So we could do an 11-day at the end of May if we're able to go outside and hang out with people by then. but so that's why I'm saying, just be the reminder every day, so that people think of you. They're at the top of their mind. Like, oh, when I'm going to get started with my whatever, whether it's weight loss, whether they want to, amp up their performance, whatever. Oh yeah, I want to call that person. And then continuously add to your friends list. So I was kind of like curious because I commented on Scott Aaron's post. This is how good he is. He's real smooth. I should probably read to you what he said to me. I just said great info or something. Okay. And he came back to me, friend requested me like immediately. He was pretty quick. Okay. And then asked me, so great to connect with you, my friend. I'm glad my post resonated with you. Are you also in Isagenix? Because he doesn't care if I'm in Isagenix, because he also coaches people to prospect like on LinkedIn and things like that. He teaches you how to go through that. I'm pretty sure his program is like $2,000. Okay. So we got into a conversation, but I thought, wow, he is just really good. So I said, I wonder how many friends he has. He has to have 5,000, has to. Like, he is the king. He also coached with Jeffrey Combs. So I go to his page and he does. He has 5,000 friends. So that means in order to make new friends, you have to delete someone to add a new one. So I just find that very intriguing. Because, I mean, I don't make a habit of just friending people I have no idea who they are. I did go to my husband's Facebook because he has a lot of connections I didn't have. So I friended every single one of his friends over time, and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, hey, if these people know you, that means they know me. And if I can help them in whatever way, whether it's even just positive posts or things like that, then I want to connect with those people. So find a way to connect with more people, I guess is my point. So I do have a call with him on Monday. And from what I understand, he might have a different platform. I think he has like a Facebook group that maybe isn't as much. And I did start to do LinkedIn, and I'm gonna quiz him when I talk to him, because you're supposed to look for your avatar, the person that is just like you. And Cindy would have me searching for people that were hairdressers that also teach fitness. Okay. There actually is more of them than you would think, because I was like, there's not going to be any of those kind of people. Like I'm like 1 in a million. Not true. Okay. So, so you would want to look for someone that is in your realm of expertise, like Chris, realtors would be yours, right? Because you were a realtor forever. You can connect with them on a level. You can talk about real estate, things like that to bring the connection together. Personal trainers are tough, Lindsay. And I say this with the kindest words I can, but I was talking to Lori Olson yesterday and I said, you know, I loved being a hairdresser, but they're dumb. They just are. Like, they are so one-track minded and they don't usually have a big vision. They are, I trade time for money. And maybe, here's the thing, if they are a business owner, their vision is their hair salon, not necessarily nutrition or things like that. And typically speaking, they usually eat junk food a lot or don't eat at all because we don't have time to eat as hairdressers. So, I mean, I debated about in my BNI group, do I ask to go into people's salons to talk to the hairstylist about fast, easy nutrition because I know they need it. But I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm going to be pulling teeth, you know, like I just feel like it wouldn't be, it would be a very long production. So I do have my hairstylist enrolled. I went to beauty school with her. She has like $900 in BV holding. And I've talked to her 1,000 times. You just need 2 people. That's all. She talks to people all day long. Hasn't shared with a single person yet. During this, she doesn't even have a job. Okay? She's not working. No income. I reached out to her again. Hey, I thought maybe this money might come into handy. So do you know anyone that might want to do this with you? Crickets. I mean, I keep asking because we do have to keep asking because eventually people do need us. But so that's the struggle I have with going into LinkedIn and finding people that are like me, because I don't feel that it's easy to. I might be able to enroll hairdressers. They're not going to be business builders. I guess I should say that. Happy product users, which is fine. But he insists that LinkedIn is where you find business builders, people that are more business minded because it's a business page, which I would agree with. So I'm going to see what he has to say. I'm for sure probably not saying yes to $2,000, but that's okay. Chris, does this website help you? I can send it.
Yeah, I copied the address down. I'm on my phone right now, so.
Okay, well, I can send it in a link so it's not so.
Yeah, couple things could help me. Okay. I couldn't find the link to Cindy's team call last week. Maybe I was looking too soon the next day.
It's in the announcements at the top of the page in ISA for Wealth that is now called Team Synergy.
Oh, so the name changed.
It did,
so
but it didn't change on Monday. It was later this week. I sent it in our group message on Monday evening. I usually try to remember to send it to you guys before the call.
Okay.
But it's always the same.
Okay, I'll go back there and look again. And
you can save it. You can save it. That way you don't have to try to find it again.
Then the other thing is the call you did last Saturday morning. I did not get the recording of that. You sent out a link of the one prior to that.
Right. I thought that it wouldn't upload. It kept saying error. And then it looked like it was on my page, but it wasn't. So the one I sent was an old one, you're right. And then I can't get it to upload for some reason.
Got it. Okay. That explains it.
Sorry.
I thought I wasn't clear. Okay. Yeah, I've followed up with my guy in quotes. He said he slept all day the next day, and anyway, I messaged him back and forth some yesterday, and he told me he hadn't looked at ISA Movie yet, and I'd be the first to know. And I mean, I felt like I was still connecting with him on a personal level, but he hadn't quite seen the vision yet.
Yeah.
the business. So I told him, I said, you know, you got to get your auto ship checked out because it's going to ship in a day. And I said, I'd like to help you get your next month's products paid for. I tried to plant that seed. So it's going to take a little more cultivation, but thanks for this website.
Yeah, maybe he would be more apt to do a website, but maybe specifically just send you share, they share so he can see it's 3 minutes.
Well, I sent that before I invited him to the team call. Now, I should have asked him if he watched it, but he did get on the team call. So anyway,
That's good.
yeah, I keep
That's in the right
working on it.
direction.
Yeah, all you can do is keep doing it, right?
Absolutely. Like I said, I think my hairdresser's been enrolled with me for 2 years. So like she'll usually keep her volume up until maybe she gets an Isabody coupon, and then she doesn't order enough BV, so then it flushes, so then it starts over. But she'll have anywhere between 500 and 900 at all times.
Yeah.
And every time I go, I say, "Who do you know?"
Right.
And people sit in her chair every single day, all day long,
Right.
except for right now when they can't work at all.
Well, that's what I keep thinking, that now would be the perfect time for people that are getting anxious about utility bills and rents and mortgages and all of that. But figuring out how to say it without coming on fake is kind of the challenge.
I would agree with that. Tyler's not having a problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Most of the folks in his age group are, you know, if they're rooming with other people or they're back at home or whatever. I mean, they
Right, they're
don't,
young.
their financial needs are not quite as imperative potentially. So, you know, anyway, everybody's got their own challenges, right?
I would agree, because as you age and we have more responsibilities and we have kids to take care of and families, and I mean, he's not afraid of getting sick because he doesn't have anyone to worry about per se, right? And
Right.
he doesn't believe, and I do think it's somewhat a mindset. He doesn't believe he would ever get it, which is why he came home from Taiwan without a mask, and you know,
Yeah.
he has taken heat for that. But there is something to be said for, you know, once you're older and you have more, I guess, pressure, it is different. You know, we can't go to someone that's in our age demographic and say, you know, hey, let's do network marketing, you know, because most people are going to look at us and be like, you're nuts. But
You
there
know,
are some people that, you know, I haven't found a lot of people that are driven by money. Like I very much am. I like dollars, right? So you dangle the carrot, like you get this for doing this. Game on, let's go, right? Like I want to eat for free, and I need the income to help my family. I just do. I can't just say, oh, my husband's a business owner and sit back like some people do. Like I could never be a stay-at-home mom who didn't work. Like I don't know. I don't get that. So I mean, this is very much important for me, to keep going and keep, you know, navigating through this, because I guess I rely on it. Like I have to pay the bill.
So is there, I mean, talk on the topic of network marketing, because there may be a lot of people out there that see our posts and all of that, but they kind of think that it's kind of a cheesy way to make money, and they want a legit, you know, 9 to 5-ish kind of um, upscale, professional looking way they're earning a living. They don't want to grovel. So maybe it's the perception of network marketing that keeps people at arm's length too.
Maybe, But for instance, okay, as a realtor, you have to network with people to grow your network to sell houses. And you have to talk to people to sell houses, right?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
isn't much different about what we do than being in any kind of sales. Even for me as a hairdresser, I still had to market myself every day so that people would like what I did. They would reschedule their appointment and come back so that in 6 weeks I was guaranteed their money again, right? So essentially, I'm networking, I'm creating relationships, I'm selling myself to that person so that they then want to come back to me the next time. Same thing. What we do is the same thing, and all we're doing is helping people eat, and it gets shipped direct to their door. So I don't use the word network marketing a lot because people might think negatively about it. I try to dumb it down and simplify it a little bit.
Well, I don't use the terminology either, but I think people think they know what it is and they don't see it positively.
Here's what I can tell you. Number one, I don't want to ever work for someone ever again. I don't want a boss. I don't want to be told what to do. So for me, like there is nothing else out there that would be comparable to this, number one. Number two, I couldn't make this money if I killed myself working 24 hours a day. Like I work very little and I get paid very well. In comparison to what I worked before. You know, I would go into work and I would work 12-hour days, you know what I mean? And what I make now is still double what I was making a week in the salon. So like I can't even remotely compare. Like sometimes I think it would be nice to make new connections because I do need to meet new people, and it was easy to do that with hair because that's something that people share maybe a little easier. But then I think, oh my gosh, it's a lot of hours for not very much return. So that's what we probably need to be promoting is we work very little for what we get paid. At first, now I will say at first, you do have to hustle a little bit to get your business established. And it is like Cody hitting Crystal Executive. He was director, I think, before the reset started. So, I mean, he's had to hustle a little bit. It is no easy feat. I will say that. You have to have a lot of people that are willing to work with you and run with you. But what happens is the energy starts. So if you get a couple people ready to run and the energy keeps flowing, it excites more people. Mm-hmm. So I think what we need is some excitement.
Right. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. So.
Okay.
Maybe we just need to figure out a way to word it that it's like, and we used to say this kind of stuff a lot. I get to, you know,
right,
help people as opposed to, and I was helping people before. I was helping people look good in a different way.
Right.
Let me think about that. We need to figure out some social media posts that. I'm trying to think of who's good to follow that way. Emily Vavra is amazing. Mm-hmm. What she puts out there is good. I'm thinking that Michael Klaus might be more relatable to you.
Yeah.
Because of his age. He's older. Well, I'm just trying to think of what would help you.
But he's not old. No,
he's
teasing.
He's not old. You. He's older, older than we are. I can't remember. I mean, if he's got 35 years of experience in network marketing.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I will be honest and tell you is I have to keep changing and growing. Like Tessa was here to buy eggs. And her biggest downfall was that she doesn't like to go anywhere. She likes to stay home. And that's great. And I'm enjoying being home right now. But normally I'm not home. I'm out and about. And I'm involved with a lot of people doing a lot of things. A lot of it is that my kids are busy and I keep them very busy to keep them out of trouble, because them being home is bad. But I'm not a sit at home all the time kind of person. So therefore I meet a lot more people. So you have to keep growing your network, or do things that are diligent, like you guys that do your networking groups that we can't do right now. Are you getting to do them online?
I've been doing some online. I haven't seen great attendance.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Even my group, where people do not miss the last few weeks. You know who doesn't come? There's not a lot of women in my group, but a lot of the men don't come. You're right. I asked one guy, I was like, hey, I didn't see you this morning. He's one of my customers. So I was trying to count all the people in my BNI group. So we have around 30, I think, and I've enrolled at least 13. It might be more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was trying to count everybody, but I always check in with them usually every week, even before the meeting, just so that I can know what their needs are, if they need me to bring them something to BNI. It reminds them, oh yeah, I need an order. Let me place an order. Like, let's get that in. So those kind of things. And he said he wasn't a fan of the online platform. Well, I don't think that means that you don't come because you don't like it. You know, like, to me, I think it's wonderful because I like not having to go anywhere.
Right.
Like,
really?
I come straight from the gym to my chair and I get on and I don't have to drive anywhere. So I don't understand why people wouldn't come. You still need referrals right now, you know, so.
Yep.
And Sue Wheeler is also in a BNI group in Connecticut, and we've kind of collaborated a little bit because she was asking me what kind of things what I say in my BNI chapter. And I asked her what she said this week, and she said she actually asked for people that need to make income.
Right.
And I've not ever done that because, I mean, I was told about my group that they're very, they don't like MLMs. So I very much just pushed my services and products, right? Like, I'm a health and wellness coach. I partner with a health and wellness company, those kind of things, so that they don't feel like I'm trying to push my business on them.
Yeah.
But they might know someone that does need income right now. And I was like, well, that was smart.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is smart for people that maybe have kind of shunned the idea for themselves. Even if you would say, hey, do you have anybody in your life that's worried about income?
paying a
Maybe
bill.
I can help. Yeah.
Now, the only thing that I don't like I had a girl enroll last year, and she needed the money to pay for her product when she got it. And it did take like a full 30 days for her to get the debit card. I guess I should have probably taught her how to use ISA Wallet though, and just transfer the money. I guess that's what I find more than anything. We can send all this information all you want to, but if people aren't willing to invest in learning, we can't make them.
Right.
You know? Like, I almost try to do too many things. I have all these books, like, oh, I have free time. Let me buy like 4 personal development books. And then I was like, okay, I need to just pick one. What am I doing? So, you know, I can't do too many things at once, or then I end up not doing a lot, I feel like. So,
right.
But that being said, I remember when I first started with Isagenix, I couldn't get enough information. Like, I wanted to know more all the time, you know, so.
Right.
Hopefully.
Well,
we just need to find people like us. So I am going to collaborate with like Lori Olson a little bit, and just figure out what other leaders are doing so that I can best help you.
Okay. Well, you're inspiring, and that certainly is the first thing. We appreciate you.
I try. All righty.
We love you.
Oh, I love you too. I will send the second podcast of Michael Klaus for us to listen to for next week. And then I was thinking if you guys would be open. I don't know when Cindy's going to start this Wednesday working call, but I think it would be good for us, especially right now, to maybe get on even Monday or Wednesday and do a working call together.
What time are you proposing?
Whatever you guys want.
Did you see her spring blossom group?
No. See, how do I like, there's so many things on Facebook and I can't find stuff. Is that what that is?
Which I think she posted it in the comments of one of her live videos. I can invite you to it. You have to like when you first join the group, you have to answer questions on, I think Polly posted something. If like, are you willing to be coachable? What are you excited about in this business? And so that's probably where she's going to do the working calls, is from that group.
Probably.
Like Polly, and I'm not sure who all the leaders are doing it together, but it's like a business
right
thing. Yeah.
Which
I can invite you to it when I get off of here.
Okay. Yeah. I just talked to her yesterday. Why wouldn't she tell me?
She probably assumed you saw it. I don't know.
I don't see I mean, honestly, my notifications are like beyond anything that I can possibly keep up with. And I try to go in here and there and just make sure, and she's in the same boat as I am. She has the same thing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known. Like, I feel like I talked to her and I said I was doing this and she was like, oh, we're putting something together. And like, the four of them already were done with it. And I was like, oh, well, I wish I would have known. I would have helped you. So that's why I like to always help in a group, because if I don't help, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So yes, please invite us so that we can get into that. But always the team call is pinned to the announcements in the top. Now it's called Team Synergy.
Okay.
Instead of ISA for Wealth. So she changed the name.
Okay. Great.
But I usually try to send it to you on Monday evenings. So I guess if they're going to do it, I won't add to it. But I'll be honest, like, I do have a little more time because I don't have to go anywhere. So if you guys want to do extra, because I mean, really you should be doing at least an hour of DMOs a day. At least. So.
Yeah.
But I think it's much more fun to do it together, you know? And like, it was going to be fun for us to do it, the five of us, but now we'll have a few more people that want to do it with us. And then that kind of drives it. But I would hope that, maybe a few more from our ISA rally group will do it.
Okay.
Why didn't I have to answer questions though? How do you invite people? Here we go. Maybe.
I invited you. It's just like a group on Facebook. And
I know, I just want to make sure everybody on here gets in.
okay. I invited you and Chris. I don't think I'm friends with Patricia.
Okay.
I think Nikki's already in.
Hi.
There's already 71 in there. That's pretty good. All right. So we're behind already. Because it says your first action item was posted in this group before you joined. So it needs to be completed by Sunday. But where's it at?
I think you have to read the see more.
Oh, okay. Join, watch, comments. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're already in Isogenics business. Okay. Gotcha. I can't even comment though. Is it because they didn't really accept me yet? Like I can see the comments, but I can't comment.
Probably. It took like a half hour for somebody to accept me.
Oh, okay. So I can see it, but I'm not accepted. All right. Once I'm accepted, I'll invite you, Patricia, and then I want to, I'll share it in the ISA pay or chat and just see who else wants to be invited to it. All right, ladies. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Absolutely.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.